Conjugating verbs sounds really scary, but it really isn't that hard. We already know how to say things like the red cat, el gato rojo. But what if we wanted to say the red cat talks? Well, it seems like all we'd have to do is go to a Spanish dictionary and look up the word talks, right? Well, let's see. In the dictionary, I found hablar, which means to talk. Okay, good. So we have hablar. Let's insert it into the sentence. Now we have el gato rojo hablar. Cool, I got it. I just wrote the red cat to talk. The red cat to talk, huh? What does that mean? I thought I wanted to say the red cat talks, not the red cat to talk. We had the right word, right? Hablar means to talk. So why didn't it work writing hablar into our sentence? The reason is that hablar is considered an infinitive. An infinitive is the combination of the word to and a verb. In this case, the infinitive hablar means to talk. Every verb or action word in the Spanish language comes in infinitive form. For example, the verb cook comes in a dictionary as cocinar, which means to cook. So if that's the case, and every verb in Spanish has the word to in front of it, how can you possibly say the red cat talks? We have to operate. Yes, that's right. We have to cut off the word to from the verb. So put on your sterile gloves and don a mask. We must enter the Spanish verb. Here we are going to operate on the infinitive hablar to change it from to talk to talk. Watch as I cut off the AR ending. That AR ending was what was causing all of the trouble. The AR ending is what makes hablar an infinitive. If we get rid of the AR ending, we get rid of the infinitive form, and therefore we have removed the word to from hablar. Now that we got rid of the AR ending, thus the word to, we have habl. Okay, let's go back and place habl into our sentence. Now we have el gato rojo habl. That means the red cat habl, which means nothing. I forgot that when I cut off the AR ending from hablar, I actually cut off the brain of the verb. Without a brain, the verb means nothing. We have to go back to the Spanish verb operating room and put a brain onto our verb. Okay, now there are 6 different types of brains that I can put on my verb. When doing these complex brain transplant surgeries, I use this chart to help me determine which of the 6 different types of brains that I should use for transplant. If you want to get a good grade in your Spanish class and lower the cost of your medical malpractice insurance, I highly recommend that you transplant this chart into your long-term memory. You will need to know this chart completely. The sooner the better. You will use this chart for as long as you study Spanish. If you know this chart now, the rest of your time in Spanish will be much more enjoyable. You are probably wondering how I know which brain to use. I know by looking at who is going to use the verb. In our case, the cat is going to use the verb. Our verb is hablar, meaning to talk. Who is going to talk? The cat is going to talk. The cat is using the verb talk. Now that we know who is going to be using the verb, that we are operating on, we choose the correct brain. I will use the A ending brain because my chart tells me that if the brain is being used by a single animal, I have to use the A ending brain. I will now take an A ending brain and sew it onto the end of habl. I now have habla. Let's test it out and see if it works. El gato rojo habla. That means the red cat talks. We did it. We conjugated the verb. Now let's review what we did. First, we wanted to say the red cat talks. So we looked up in the Spanish dictionary how to say talk in Spanish, and we found hablar. All verbs are written in Spanish dictionaries as infinitives, which are a combination of to and a verb. In this case, we had hablar, meaning to talk. Now, to talk didn't fit into our sentence. So we cut off the AR ending of hablar in order to make talk. We did that, and then we had habl. Habl didn't mean anything because it didn't have a brain. So we looked at our brain selection chart and decided that because a single animal was going to use the verb, we would use the A brain. We sewed the A brain onto habl and we made habla.